how you, Jason, can you show us that picture again and tell us what it actually is a picture of? Like how many, what fraction did you create with that?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 17.
Wait a minute, that is 17ths? I don't think I've ever seen anyone cut a circle into 17 pieces. Hi, Catherine. How are you? Wow. Oh, 18? Wow. That's beautiful. That is beautiful. Did anybody else get to create any fractions or eat any fractions? Did anybody get? Oh, whenever I get hungry, you know that I always love to eat fractions. Yes, Eleanor?
I created a fraction.
What kind of fractions did you eat?
Pizza.
Oh, and what fractions did you cut with your pizza?
8.
Wow. So each one was 1/8. And now, Stella, can you guess how many eighths Eleanor ate? What do you think Eleanor ate, Stella? And unmute yourself, honey. Go ahead.
18.
18/8? Oh, wait a minute.
No way.
Wait a minute. You know what I have to do? Do you know what I have to do now? I'll tell you what I have to do now. I have to actually show you what Stella just said. We have to look at 18/8. So if we were looking at creating, let's say, a pie, and how many whole pizza pies would I have to draw to show 18/8? What do you think? I want 18/8. So here I have how many eighths right here?
1/8.
No, I have a lot more than that. Now, Stella guessed that Eleanor ate 18/8 of the pizza.
No way.
Wait a minute. Eleanor, I bet you could do it, but let's look at how much. Catherine, how many whole pies do you think that Eleanor would have had to eat?
3.
Well, 3/8. If we did 8 plus 8 plus 8, everybody, how many would that be?
24.
Right. So that is 24/8, which makes up how many wholes? Come on. 1, 2, 3.
3.
So guys, look at this. I colored in 8/8 right here. And right here, I'm going to color in another 8/8. How many eighths have I colored in now?
2.
Go ahead, Eleanor.
2.
2 wholes, but how many eighths? Come on, 8 plus 8 is, go ahead, Stella. Right. So guys, in order to show you what Eleanor would have had to eat, we would have to color in how many more eighths?
2.
2 more. So we have we have 8/8 plus 8/8 plus 2/8 is 18/8. Now, who can tell me, can we cut 18 and 8 in half?
Yeah.
They're even. Let's do it. Everybody raise your hand if you know what is half of 18. What is half of 18? Raise your hand. On 3. 1, 2, 3.
9. 9.
It's 9, and half of 8 is 1, 2, 3.
4.
So guess what, guys? Isn't it cool that we can write 18/8 as 9 quarters? Let's count them together. You ready? How many quarters is that purple?
2.
No,
2.
that is 2/8. But how many quarters is that?
1.
That is just 1 quarter. Now, let's do a second quarter. Now we have 2 quarters. Let's do a third quarter. Now we have 3. Wait, I don't like that color. I don't like that color.
3.
Yeah.
3 quarters.
And that is 3 quarters. Then we have to pick another color to do a 4th quarter. And then we can do the same thing. 5, 6, 7, 8, and
9
quarters. Now, Eleanor, you are getting me hungry. So, and Stella, you must think that Eleanor can eat 2 1/4 pizzas, which is a lot of pizzas. Okay, everybody, let's get started. So what we're going to do right here is I want you guys to draw this circle and that circle, please. And I want you to color in 1/2 on the circle on the left and 2/5 of the circle on the right. And I'll show you, it's pretty simple to create a circle. It doesn't have to be beautiful. And then you cut the first one in half. And the second one, you have to make into 5ths. And doesn't it look kind of like a person with their neck and head and the legs and the arms when you do 5ths? We kind of look like 5ths when we take our arms and we spread them out, and our legs and our head. If our head were a little taller, it would look just like us. Maybe I should make a little Mr. Kramer head right on top there, and maybe some hands, and maybe some feet. And those are 5ths. So color in 1/2 and color in 2/5 and show me right now what you have created. I'm going to color them in myself. Go ahead. Everybody show me what you've created, because Valerie is going to have to watch the video to see it, and because she couldn't be here today. So I want everybody focused. Now, do yours look similar? Yes, Catherine.
You color 2 5.
To color 2/5, you have to look at each one of these, Catherine. Each one of these is 1/5. 1/5, 1/5, 1/5, 1/5, and 1/5. Oh, Stella, that's beautiful. And so, Catherine, do you see how I colored in 2 of those 5ths? Oh, nice job, Jason. Nice job. How about you, Eleanor? Oh, beautiful. Beautiful. That's beautiful. Now, I want you to draw 2 more. And I want you to cut the one on the left into sixths. That means I would go straight down and then kind of diagonally through the center. And that's going to give you sixths, 6 equal pieces. And then to do quarters, I think that's pretty easy for you guys because you've already done things like eighths, which are even harder, but sixths are very tricky. Sixths are very, very tricky. And once you're able to color in 4 sixths and 3 quarters, I would like to see what you've created. And if you don't have any color, what you could do is you could kind of take your pencil and shade in. You can kind of shade in your 4 sixths and then shade in your 3 quarters. And I love to see what everybody created. Oh, Catherine, that is really, really nice. And Catherine, are those colored pencils that you're using?
Yeah.
Oh, that's very nice. Stella, oh, Stella, beautiful job. Let me see your 4 sixths. Oh, beautiful, beautiful. Eleanor, let's see yours. Oh, wow. That's so cool. Hold it up a little higher, just a little higher. Oh, beautiful. And Jason, let me see yours. Now, Jason, let me see your, oh, look at that. Look at that. Beautiful job. Now, can anybody tell me another way to write the fraction 4 sixths? Because do you remember when we looked at Eleanor's pizza, 18/8, and we cut 18 in half, we divided it by 2, and we divided 8 by 2. 18 divided by 2 was 9. 8 divided by 2 is 4. And so, wait, Jason, don't call it out yet. And if we do the same thing with 4 and 6, guys, what do we get? On 3. Come on, half of 4, half of 6. 1, 2, 3, go.
2/3.
Yes, yes, yes. Now, guys, I'm going to actually show you what that looks like. One of the thirds, we can say, is the green one. Do you see how that is 1/3? And then I'm going to make a second third with the blue. And so even though we were supposed to do 4 sixths, it's the same as 2/3. Oh, wait a minute, guys. Look over here at this one. Now they want us to color in 2/3, but you know it's exactly the same as 4 sixths. So I want to see you guys, and I want you to really try your hardest to make beautiful thirds. What I like to do, look at these 3 dots. Do you see how those 3 dots are evenly spaced around the circle? They're sort of the same distance. And that's the way you create beautiful thirds. So I'm going to make a dot. And then I'm going to try to copy this dot up here. And then this one down here. And then I'm going to go to the center. Everybody always fill in your center with a little dot. And then you can go straight down. Actually, let's do that with purple. Let's go straight down to the center, to the center, and to the center, and look what we have. Oh, let me see. Oh, Stella, those are beautiful. But Stella, I think that the two you made up here, maybe, Stella, look at this, are a little bit too large, because the one down here looks almost like a what angle?
Right angle?
Yeah. So make a, don't erase it, but make another one and try to make those three dots equally spaced around the circle. And then you can fill in. Oh, look at Catherine. Catherine, I like it. Now shade in 2/3, Catherine. Shade in 2/3. And I'm going to do it with two different colors, only because Mr. Kramer likes color. Oh, look at that. Hold that up a little bit for me, Eleanor. So the camera is right. Oh, nice job. So each one of these is 1/3. Each one of these is 1/3, and together they make 2/3. Now, what about 2/4? Can anybody tell me what 2/4 is the same as? And it's on this picture right here. Stella, what do you see?
1/2.
Does everybody agree with Stella? I do. I do. Everybody look, I can color in 2/4, and it's exactly the same as coloring in 1/2. Wow, that was awesome. Now, I would like to propose that you now look at all of these fractions. Which is bigger? Is it 1/2 or 2/5? Don't say it out loud. Look at the fractions we've created, 1/2 and 2/5 over here. Which one do you think is greater? Eleanor?
1 second. 1 second.
Which one do you think is bigger, honey? 2/5 or 1/2?
1/2.
Yeah. Catherine, do you agree with that? Yeah. What about you, Jason?
Yeah.
And Stella?
Yeah.
Okay, so everybody has to do this. If you think that 1/2 is bigger, which it is, you have to make a greater than symbol. This is called the greater than symbol. So the part that has the open mouth, like the teeth of an alligator, is the greater. So this is greater than. So 1/2 greater than 2/5. Now, I want to ask Eleanor, that was a great job. Jason, I want to ask you, which is greater, 3/4 or 4/6?
4/6.
I agree. So everybody, we have to do the same thing and make 4. Wait, did you say 4/6?
Yes.
Aha.
4, 3.
So which do you think is greater? Jason, say it again,
4,
honey.
3.
3/4. 3/4 is bigger, than 4/6. Because as you can see, we filled in more of the circle. And if you want, you could make the little teeth, the little alligator teeth, because it means that 4/6 is what? Is less than 3/4. Now, who, I think Stella, I would like you to do the next one, which is 2/3 or 2/4. Which one is bigger? 2/3 or 2/4?
2/3.
Catherine, do you agree?
Yes.
All right, everybody write it down. 2/3 is greater than 2/4. Now, guys, isn't it funny? Greater than, isn't it funny that something that is thirds can be bigger than something that is fourths? So 1/3 of something is bigger than 1/4. And so the bottom number, the smaller it is, the bigger the fraction. So the smaller it is, the bigger the fraction. So look at 1/2. That 2 is really small. And look how big that fraction is. So there's a lot of really special things that we can do with fractions. Now, I want you guys to look at something a little bit different. We're going to look at 4/7 and go to a separate page. And we're going to look at 5/8. Now, I want you to write those 2 fractions down. And we're going to do something kind of fun. We're going to learn a special way of telling which fraction is bigger. So does everybody have 4/7 written next to 5/8? Yep. Now, everybody, we're going to do something called, are you ready for this? Cross multiply. So everybody draw a little oval around 7 and 5, and another oval around 4 and 8. It's almost like we're making an X. And this is called cross multiply to compare fractions. Now, who can tell me what is 7 times 5? Now, you can actually, oh, don't call it out. We never call answers out, Jason. That's really important. Now, raise your hand if you think you can count 7 5s. So 5, 10, 15, all the way to 7 5s. And what do you think you get? On 3. 1, 2, 3, go. And I want you to write 35 above the 5 because 7 times 5 is 35. Now, the next part, we are going to do 8 times 4. So we already know that 35 is 7 times 5. And now we have to do 8 times 4 and raise your hand if you know 8 times 4. And you can count 8, 16, and the third one, and the third and the fourth one, or you can count 8 fours, or maybe you just know 8 times 4. Go ahead. On 3. 1, 2, 3, go.
32.
Now, which is bigger, 32 or 35?
35.
Now, remember, Stella, raise your hand, please, love. We don't call it out, right? So I agree with you. So everybody put the symbol between 32 and 35 that shows that 35 is bigger. I'm not going to write it right away. I want you guys to write the symbol. If you remember what we did over here, remember the open mouth goes towards the larger number. So everybody show me what they did comparing 32 to 35 and how they drew that 35 was greater. So I want to see what you did, and just hold it up with 2 hands so it's right in front of your camera. Go ahead. Eleanor, yes, honey. Oh, wow. I love those big teeth. Now, Catherine, can you hold yours a little closer? Because now hold it up a little higher. Yeah, it's hard for me to see. It's a little bit light. How about you, Jason? How about you, Jason? Are you going to hold it up?
Yeah.
Show me, hold it up in front of the screen so I can see what it looks like. And Stella, you as well. Hold it with 2 hands. Now, I don't see that you wrote 32 and 35, Jason. So I'd like you to write that and then put the symbol. Hold it up a little higher. Now, Stella, I don't see the symbol. So the symbol, guys, is that 32 is less than, very nice, Jason. 32 is less than 35. And guess what that means? That 4/7 is less than 5/8. Now, I'm going to prove it to you right now. We are going to create a circle of 7ths and a circle of 8ths. Now, I know that it doesn't look exactly like a circle because we really have an octagon with 8, and we have what's called a septagon with 7. But look at what I'm doing, guys. We are going to create 7ths and 8ths, and we're going to color in 4/7 and 5/8. And so watch what I do now. What color would you like me to color the 7ths?
Blue.
Blue it is. So 1, 2, 3, 4. And Catherine, what color would you like me to color the 8ths?
Pink.
Ooh, it's a little purpley, but a little pinky. So Look at that, guys. That's 4 and that's 5. Do you guys still think that 5/8 is bigger than 4/7? Yep, but it's just slightly bigger. It's almost difficult to tell, isn't it? It's almost difficult to tell. Did you guys like to cross multiply? Would you like to try it again?
Yeah.
Let's do it.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna make up a fraction, and let's do something like 6/11 and how about 5/9? So everybody write 6/11 and 5/9, and then make your cross multiply circles around 11 and 5 and 6 and 9, and put, when you multiply 11 times 5, put the answer up here. And when you multiply 6 times 9, put that answer on the left. And 5 times 11. Ooh, nice. Nice, Jason. Beautiful. Oh, and Stella, hold it back just a tiny bit so I can see the other one. Oh, move it to the left a little bit. The other way, sorry. The other way, but I don't see the symbol. I don't see the symbol, Stella, showing me which one is bigger. How about you, Eleanor and Catherine? Have you done it yet? And if you can't do 6 times 9, well, the best thing to do is just count by 9s. I like to count by 9s a lot. 9, 18, 27, 36, 45, and let's say it out loud.
54.
And 54 is the answer. And 11 times 5, 11, 22, 33, 44, 55. Oh my God. Which one is bigger, everybody?
55.
Yes.
55.
And therefore, we can put a symbol to show that 54 is less than 55, and 6/11 is just slightly smaller than 5/9. Very, very nice. Catherine, beautiful job. Stella, fantastic. And I like your teeth, Stella. You have big, mighty big teeth with your greater than symbol like mine. Do I have big teeth too? Ah, yes, I do. Look at that. Wow, Eleanor, awesome. Now, do you guys want to do a massive fraction? You want to do a massive fraction? You ready for this? How about 10? Let's see. 10 and 100 and 100 and 1,000. Now, I know that this is a little crazy, but I want to show you something very, very special. When we multiply numbers with lots of zeros, all we have to do everybody, is 1 times 1 is what?
1.
1. And how many zeros do we have? 1, 2, 3.
3.
No, we have 4 zeros. 3 in the 1,000 and 1 in the 10. So that's 4 zeros. Now, that makes 10,000. And let's do the same thing. 100. 1 times 1 is what?
1.
And how many zeros?
4. 4.
So, which fraction is bigger?
Both.
Which one is bigger?
They're equal.
Oh, and Eleanor, what were you going to say?
Equal.
Yes, everybody. If the cross multiplication gives you the same number, they're equal. Now, you wouldn't believe this, guys, but look at 10 over 100. And I want you to take away 1 0 on the top and 1 0 on the bottom. And what that really does, guys, is it divides the top by 10 and the bottom by 10. And what do we end up with? Come on, guys. 1 what?
1.
Yep. 1/10. Now let's do the same thing with 100 over 1,000. But this time, we're going to take away 2 zeros from the top and 2 zeros from the bottom. And that is dividing, hold on, that is dividing the top and bottom by 100. And what do we end up with?
1/10.
And guys, can you believe it that both of those fractions are really 1/10? So I love doing cross multiplication. It is so much fun for me. Now, speaking of multiplication, I would like you to write a multiplication sentence for the next problem that I give you. And I'm going to actually give you a, let's see, what can we do here? Give you an example. So I'm going to make a shape. What kind of shape should I make? You can choose. Go ahead, Eleanor.
A heart.
A heart. And what about you, Stella?
A star.
A star. So if I were to say that we had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 dots in the heart, and I said we had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 dots in the star, and I wanted to multiply those, I could do it, but it would be easier if they had the same number of dots. So I could go like this now and make 5 dots. And I want to turn this into a multiplication sentence. Now, how many total dots do I have?
10.
So if I want to make a multiplication sentence, make a little multiplication sign. And how would you make a sentence to represent this picture? Something times something equals 10. Go ahead, Jason. Yes. And oh, Stella, that was awesome. Who has another way of doing it? We can do it as a turnaround fact. Catherine, can you give me the turnaround fact?
2 times 5.
Finish your sentence. Equals what?
10.
Very good. Now, everyone, can you write a multiplication sentence for each of these pictures? And it's very similar to what we just did with this picture. So I'm going to leave that up so you can see it. Ooh, nice. Nice job. Nice job, Stella. I want to see everybody's. So as you finish it, and Stella, I want you to create another picture right now. Ooh, look at that, Jason. That looks good, buddy. That looks good. And Eleanor, Catherine, what do you have for me? Hold it with 2 hands, honey. Oh, nice job. But wait a minute. Hold on a second. Now, Eleanor, you wrote 3 times 3, but how many groups of 3 are there?
2.
Right. So just make one little change because it's really 2 times 3 equals 6. Or what's another way to say it, everybody? What's another way to say it?
2 equals 6.
Excellent, excellent. Now, Catherine, can you do the next one for me?
It's 3 times 2 times 6.
Wow. And 2 times 6 or 6 times 2 equals what, everybody? On 3. 1, 2, 3.
12. Wow.
Yep. Yep. And so multiplication is a lot of fun. But if you have big multiplication numbers, like this one right here, guys, do you think we're going to write out 1,000 times 10? You know what we would have to do? We would have to actually just make symbols. So we would have to make 10 T's to represent 10 thousands. And that would be kind of difficult to do. Can you imagine making 1,000 dots on the paper?
No.
Or you're thinking,
No.
Mr. Kramer, if I have to make 1,000 dots, I am going to eat 18/8 of a pizza. That is for sure. That is for sure. All right. Now, I am going to go back to single page and give you another challenge. Oh, nice job. Nice job. I love it, Stella. Beautiful work. All right. The next one I'm going to give you is to write a multiplication sentence for each addition and then solve. So what we're going to do is I'm going to show you an example first. Are you guys ready? So if I were to write 8 plus 8 plus 8 plus 8, that's the same as 8 times what? Say it, guys.
4. 4.
And 8 plus 8 plus 8 plus 8, or 8 times 4 equals what, guys? On 3. 1,
30.
2, 3. No.
32.
Exactly right. Now, which is easier? Is it easier to just do 8 times 4, or is it easier to do 8 plus 8 plus 8 plus 8? Stella, what do you think?
8 times 4.
And what about you, Eleanor?
8 times 4.
Wow. Catherine, what about you?
8 times 4.
And what about you, Jason?
8 times 4.
Yeah, because you know what? Can you imagine if we had to do 10 times 1,000? Do you think we're gonna write 10 plus 10 plus 10 plus 10? Do you know how long that would take?
That would take maybe like 10
that
years
would-
to finish that.
That would take millions of years, and my hand would fall off, and then I would have no hand anymore because my hand would fall off. So I prefer multiplication also. And look how beautiful it is. 10 times 1,000 is 10,000. 8 times 4 is 32. But if you ever have a question about it, guys, listen to this. If you ever have a question, you can always do the addition. Now watch this. I want you to write a multiplication sentence for each of these sums. 5 plus 5 plus 5, 4 plus 4 plus 4 plus 4 plus 4. And I want you to write the multiplication sentence out. Oh, that's nice, Stella. Very, very nice. And believe it or not, guys, I am working on one of my favorites. Hold it with 2 hands there, Eleanor, and move it over just slightly back a little bit, maybe. Move it back a little bit there, Eleanor. Back. Good, 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 good. So I agree with Eleanor and Stella. Catherine, let me see yours. And Jason, hold it with 2 hands, honey, because then you can hold it nice and steady. Beautiful job. Oh, look at that. Look at that. So every one of you, 5 times 3 equals 15. 4 times 5 equals 20. Now, what about this one right here, everybody? 25 plus 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 25. Now, I know that that is a little scary, isn't it?
Yes.
But you know what? 25s are beautiful. They're beautiful numbers because you know how many of them go into 100. How many?
4. 4.
Great. So if you have 25 8 times, it's like having 100
plus 100. 100.
Which is
200.
And how can you write this as a multiplication sentence? Raise your hand if you can name that as a multiplication sentence. Jason, tell me the top one, and then Stella, you're going to tell me this one. Go ahead, Jason.
25 times 4 equals 100.
And Stella, can you give me something that would give 200?
200. Is it for the top one or the bottom one?
Either one that you want.
25 times 8.
So Jason, you are correct, Jason, that 25 times 4 equals 100. But 25 times 8 equals what, Catherine?
200.
Right. And Eleanor, can you give me a sentence for that? So 100 times what equals 200?
200.
What do you think, Eleanor? 100 times what? Yep, 100 times what number equals 200?
100.
How many 100s do we have here, Eleanor?
2.
And so 100 times 2 equals 200. Now, I want to give you a challenge right now. Are you guys ready?
Yes. Yes.
5 times 12. And just remember, every 4 25s equals 100. So think to yourself, how many 4s go into 12? And that might help you figure out 25 times 12. Forgot to drink my water. It's getting a little dehydrated. Okay, who's got it for me? 25 times 12. Catherine, do you have an idea? Okay, Catherine, how many 4s go into 12?
3.
Aha. So if I did 25 times 4 and I did it 3 times, so watch this. 2 and 3. Catherine, how many would I have in total?
300.
And therefore 25 times 12 is 300. Now, oh, nice job. Now everybody write this down. 25 times 40. And I want you to think of it the same way. How many 4s go into 40? Wow. Nice job, Jason. Beautiful. Who else has an idea? Eleanor? And Stella, show me yours. Show me yours because I love to see what you wrote out. You guys, by the way, all of you have beautiful penmanship. And that means your handwriting. Oh, very nice, Stella. And Stella, how many 4s go into 40?
10.
Right. Therefore, the answer is 10 whats? Come on, 10 whats, guys?
100.
And do you know that 1000 is the same as Come on, say it out loud. 1,000. So you can either say 1,000 or 1,000. I think it's more traditional to say 1,000, but it does not matter. They are both accurate and correct. So whenever we look at 25 times anything, all you have to think about is how many 4s go into that number. So watch this. Watch this, guys. What if I did 25 times 44? Well, we know that there's 11 100s. Oh my God. Poof. 1,100. How crazy is that? Now, here's the last problem we're going to do today. And don't be scared, but after this, we're going to start to go into 3rd grade mathematics. This is the end of 2nd grade math, and we are moving on to 3rd grade math. Do not worry about what grade you're actually in, because grades have nothing to do with where you should be mathematically, okay? Because I'm in 54th grade and I do the math that I do. So it doesn't really matter what grade you're in. It matters what math you like to do. So I'm going to start with Eleanor. Eleanor, can you give me 2 times 5?
10.
Excellent. And Catherine, can you give me 3 times 3?
9.
9. And Jason, can you give me 3 times 10?
13.
30. And Stella, can you give me 10 times 9?
90.
90. And who can give me 90 times 30? And all I'm going to ask you to do is really do 9 times 3. Who knows 9 times 3? Say it on 3. 1, 2, 3.
27.
27. 27. Remember, 8 times 3 is 24. And how many zeros do we have to tack on?
2.
Guess what? 90 times 30 equals 2,700 or 2,700. And that is a lot of fun. Do you realize that you guys just did 10 times 9 times 30? How cool is that? And got 2,700. Now, I really think that you guys did unbelievable work today. We are going to go right into 3rd grade math. Is anybody as scared of 3rd grade math as I am?
No.
It's not scary.
No.
You know, the only thing that's scary for me is no math.
What?
Is no math. If I didn't have math in my day, I don't know what I would do. I have math every single day. And right now, I am going to go do some math with my family and have some fun. Who's going to do math with their family? All right. And remember, I want you to keep eating fractions. If you have something for dinner tonight, and like, for instance, I'm going to have a piece of tuna. Now, my tuna is going to look something like this. And I am going to cut it into 10 pieces. And every piece that I have is going to be 1/10 of that tuna. So I want you guys to keep cutting your food into fractions, but don't forget to eat 1/10, 1/10, 1/10. And if you want to have fun, cut that in half, 1/20. And if you want to have real fun, cut that in half. And that would be 1/40. Oh no, maybe we should cut that in half. And that would be 1/80. You know what? I can't even go any smaller. If I did that, that would be like 1/160th. It's too much. All right, guys. I will see you. I will see you next week, and I will miss you. But all you have to do is count to 167, because 167 hours, I will see you again. Bye, everybody.
Bye. 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 Thank you.